Alright. What up, guys? This is Earl from 828 Racing, and we're here today to give you just a quick rundown of these SIDI SRS Crossfire boots. I picked them up about 2 months ago, and I've gotten about, I'd say, 12 hours of riding, roughly 70 miles of just all single track, so some pretty gnarly stuff. A lot of mud, water, a lot of water, and sand and rocks, and just normal dirt and tree roots and stuff like that. The reason I got these boots, and you're probably looking at them as well, is just the protection. They have great hyperextension for your foot and your ankle protection, and it locks, so you can only go so far, so at that point you don't injure yourself any more than you could have without it. The other reason I got them is the main key feature is the sole replacement system. That's probably the main reason we replace our boots, is because the soles are worn out. These ones, I think they're like 60 or 70 bucks. They might be less, I'm not sure. But you just unscrew them on the bottom. There's 4 screws. They are all flatheads, and the sole pops right out. You slap a new one on. I think they have 2 different tread patterns. They got one with like some lugs to give you a little more traction while you're walking around, but it really don't matter. The other reason I got them, they're waterproof, so that's a big plus on the trails, especially going through the low spots and your feet get soaked. You don't want to be riding all day with wet feet. I've had them completely submerged in the water, no issues. The only time I've ever had my feet wet in them is obviously when the water runs down your pant leg into your boot. Just gotta make it tight as comfortable. I like to keep them a little loose up top. Let's see what else. Some other great features to these is you can wear a knee brace with them, and they're set up for if you have bigger calves and or wear a knee brace. The strap's longer, the boot wrap comes around more, so it's completely covered no matter how wide it is up top. And it's just like any other boot. They're just a Velcro liner. Comes down to about there. And it's elastic up top, so it kind of holds around your pant leg a little bit to try to keep all the dirt and water out. Other than that, it's a pretty average boot. The buckles are pretty nice compared to the older style. These ones have like a cam lock style, and it just slides right in and snaps, and that's it. They're pretty simple. They're easy to adjust. Yeah, what else? There's no break-in period on this boot. I put them on and they felt like I've been wearing them for years already, which I thought was great as opposed to other boots. They're really comfortable right off the rip. The first ride with them, I didn't notice any like pinches or pains or anything like that you normally get with your other boot companies. What else? Just about every part you see on the boot is replaceable, which is pretty sweet. So, you know, if you grind any of it up or whatever, you know, from crashing or just normal wear and tear, all these little screws you see, these pieces come right off, and you can get new ones. You can even order different colors if you want to make your boot look really cool or whatever you want to do. Let's see. There's that sole replacement system. The comfort. I went riding last weekend. Our buddy Justin has the same set of boots, different color, and we went from one trail system to another, which was like about a 40-minute drive, and he just left his boots on, drove in them. He was completely comfortable. They're great to walk around in, so the comfort on these is top notch, and the protection is top notch as well. I've had a few crashes. I've kicked some logs and rocks with them, you know, cruising down the trail, and the toe's pretty hard. It's all plastic, but I have no issues at all. I ride an old 96, so I'm constantly kick-starting my bike as opposed to the nice electric start that everyone has. A little wear from the kickstart, but it's, slim to none really. You can almost tell nothing happened. As far as wear from the pegs, I have to zoom in on it, but this little white stuff's coming off, but that's not like an important part of the sole. It's just a decorative thing. So underneath it, it's just the sole. It's rubber. This is just for looks. But there's no bite marks or anything from the foot pegs, which normal boots you wear them and right off the rip they're all chewed up and you're kind of bummed out that you spent $300 or $400 on a pair of boots, and after a few hours of riding they're already wearing out. They are a little pricey, but I feel that they're worth it. I think they're around the $500 or $600 mark, depending on taxes and sales, that you can find maybe a little cheaper. Some colors that nobody likes are a lot cheaper. Let's see. Yeah, they're well worth the money. I don't know if you're thinking about buying them, you're kind of unsure. I wouldn't hesitate to buy them. I wouldn't even think twice about it. I was riding a pair of old 661 boots, which I don't even think they make boots anymore, but they're pretty similar to all the other brands out there. There's nothing special. They're just a leather boot with the plastic. They had a steel toe kicker. It's normal sole, regular straps. They weren't waterproof. They wore out. I mean, I had them for a few years, but I wasn't doing a lot of riding, and then when I actually started riding, I think I maybe 80 hours of riding, they're completely shot. And that's quite a bit of riding, but not enough to have your boot completely wore out. If I can find a picture, we'll put it up, but I wore a hole in my right boot just from kickstarting and then my foot peg and the brake. So that was at the time I think like a $350 boot. It's supposed to be premium and it sucked. So the reason why they do cost so much money, I think, is because they are so good. So there's that. Let's see. First ride with them, like I said, there wasn't very much of a break-in. I did notice after the ride I had to readjust the straps to make them a little bit tighter than they were from the start, but I think that's probably normal with any boot. And other than that, I haven't had any issues with them at all as far as having to readjust things or whatnot. The size fitment, I wear 10.5 shoe, like regular shoe or just work boot size, depending on the manufacturer, sometimes an 11, but these are an 11. Some people say they fit a little tighter. They fit about perfect. There's a little tiny bit of wiggle room, but I think that's just because I wear those real thin moto socks. If you just wore a normal pair of socks, they'd probably fit perfect. And with that, I don't mind the room. It's nice. It gives you more room to get your straps tighter, so you got a good fit. So if you're looking for the size, just go off the sizing chart that they have, which 10.5 I'd go with an 11, and as far as the rest of the sizes, I'm not sure. You might be able to use that as a benchmark, but just look into maybe some other reviews of sizes that people have bought and see where they were at. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it. This is just a quick review, like I said, on the SIDI SRS 3 Crossfire boot. It's a great boot for the price. If you're in the market for them and you wanted to know about them, that's it. Don't hesitate to buy them. Thanks for watching and have a good day.